Thank you for joining me today for this practice where we'll be working on hips and legs. So begin with a forward fold, holding on to opposite elbows and your knees slightly bent. Let your hands release to the ground and heel toe your feet in together. Inhale, hands come to your shins, take a flat back, and as you exhale, bow, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reaching up, bringing your hands to center with your exhale. Inhale, the arms reach up. Fold with your exhale, bending your knees, releasing your head. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow, bend the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach the arms up. Exhale, Tadasana, hands to center. Inhale, the arms up. And with an exhale, fold forward as we begin to warm the body. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back, hands to shins or fingertips to the floor. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale to fold. Keeping your right hand on the floor, bend the right knee. Take your left hand to the hip. Left leg is straight as you twist to the left side and reach up with the left arm. Really feeling that stretch in the left leg. As you exhale, bring your hands to the ground and we switch. Bend the left knee. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Right leg is straight. With an exhale, once again, bring your hands to the ground, bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back, straight legs. As you exhale, bend the knees, step your left leg back and take your left knee to the ground, placing the top of the left foot on the mat. Come up onto your fingertips, right knee over right ankle, find length in the spine. Then you can take your hands to your right thigh, or maybe reach the arms straight up towards the sky, interlacing the fingers and pointing your index fingers up. Try to draw your shoulders back and down, finding length in the spine and in the front body. As you exhale, the hands back down to the ground, tuck the back toes, lift your left knee off the ground. Left hand stays on the ground as you twist to the right and reach up with your right arm, extending into the right fingertips. The back knee can be up or down, that's your choice. Exhale, the hands come to the ground and step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow, bend the knees, step the right leg back. Right knee to the ground, lengthen the spine, lining up your left knee over your left ankle. Hands to your thigh, draw the shoulders back, stay there, or reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, pointing your index fingers, or separating your hands. Keep reaching the arms up and back, lengthening. As you exhale, bring your hands back down to the floor. Keeping your right hand on the floor, wave the left arm up. Right knee can stay on the ground, or you can tuck the toes under and lift that knee off the ground like we did on the other side. So I'm just showing you both ways of coming into this pose. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee if it's on the ground. Take a breath and step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Bend your knees if you like. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Touch the palms and bring your hands back to center. Tadasana. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, folding. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, bend the knees, step the left leg back. Left knee comes to the ground once again. Take your hands to your thigh as you did before, and this time begin to lift your left foot off the mat. And see if you're able to reach back with your left hand and maybe grab onto that foot, or you could always use a strap or a sock, a towel, anything you may have. Keep bringing the foot in towards your hip and maybe reach with the right hand as well. See if you're stable enough to reach back and grab onto that foot with both hands. Keep opening up through your collarbones. As you exhale, release the foot gently and take your hands back to the floor. Lift your left knee off the ground, lengthening the spine. And then step forward. Inhale, flat back, half forward fold. Exhale, bow, bend your knees, step your right leg back. Hands to your thigh, draw the shoulders back, find length, and begin to lift your right foot off the ground. If you're able to reach the foot, go right ahead, maybe with one hand or holding on to a towel or strap. If you can reach both hands behind you, go right ahead and grab onto the foot or ankle. Keep drawing the shoulders back, bend your elbows towards the back of the room. And if you notice any discomfort on your knee, you can always place a folded blanket underneath, and that way it won't be so harsh on the knees. Release the foot and bring your hands to the floor, lifting your right knee off the ground. Step forward, inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale to bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach the arms towards the sky. Exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump, downward facing dogs. If jumping, make sure you land with your knees bent. Inhale, lift the heels, wave your body forward, high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, take it through plank into your downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg comes up, bring the right knee in towards your nose and step the foot to the right thumb. Come up onto your fingertips and lengthen. Left knee can come to the ground, taking the top of the back foot to the ground as well. Walk your right foot to the edge of the mat and take your hands both inside that right foot, lining the shoulders over your wrist. So you want the hands to be at shoulder distance and just let the hips relax. Tuck the back toes and lift the back knees. This is a variation of our lizard pose. So just let the body relax here, feeling the hips open. And then take your knee back to the ground. Take your right hand to the outside of the foot and walk the foot back in. Lengthen your front leg, straightening, and take the hips back over your left leg, letting yourself fold over your right leg as much as possible. If you need to be up higher, go right ahead and maybe take your hands to your thigh or use blocks if you have them underneath your hands. After a couple of breaths, you can lift up, come up a little higher, find a little more length in the spine, and then bring your knee forward over your ankle. Tuck your left toes, lift the left knee off the ground, and step back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg comes up, bring the left knee forward, let it hover, and step the foot to the left thumb. Right knee comes to the ground, and walk your left foot out towards the left side of the mat, bringing your hands once again inside the left foot and underneath your shoulders. Tuck your right toes and lift the right knee off the ground, finding length, letting the hips relax and release, taking a couple of slow, deep breaths. As you exhale, bring the knee back to the ground and the left hand to the outside of the foot. Walk the foot in, lengthen the spine, and take your hips over the right leg, straightening through your left leg. Find length as you inhale, and with an exhale, let yourself fold forward over that leg, being up as high as you need to be for your body today. We want to guide the forehead towards the shin if you can. Inhale, lengthen, and bring your knee forward, tucking your right toes under, lifting the right knee, and stepping back, downward facing dog. Lift the heels, wave your body forward, high plank, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a few slow, deep breaths in your down dog. And then when you're ready, bring your feet together, bend your knees, and walk or hop forward, your choice. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhaling, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a flat back. And as you exhale, bend the knees, step or jump, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up, and as you exhale, bring the right knee and let it hover. Step the foot forward and bring your right knee to the outside of that right wrist as we take a pigeon pose. Bringing your right shin to the ground and walk your left leg back, making sure it's directly behind your hip. You can bring your elbows to the mat and stay there, or walk yourself forward, bringing your forehead to the mat. If you need support underneath your right hip, you can use a blanket, a cushion, or a block. And same thing underneath your forehead. Notice if your hips are even, you want to try to keep your hips even in this pose. Just let the hips relax, letting yourself surrender. Walk your hands back And swing your left leg forward, crossing your left leg over your right, trying to stack your knees one on top of the other. Reach the arms in front, cross the right arm over the left above the elbows, and bring your hands back to back or palm to palm. With an exhale, fold forward, elbows to the front of your leg. Coming into your eagle pose. After a couple of breaths in eagle, inhale, lift back up, uncross your arms, and circle your shoulders back. Maybe reach the arms up, circle the arms back, really widening through the front of your body, and repeat that once more. And then take your hands to the floor, uncross your leg, extend it back, coming into your pigeon prep. Press into the floor and lift up into your downward facing dog. Inhale, take your left leg up as we take pigeon on the other side. Bring the knee forward and rest the shin on the ground, extending your right leg back. Now make sure that your front knee is not directly in front of you, but out towards the left side of the mat. Walk your hands forward, coming down to your elbows and staying there or taking it deeper if you can. Once again, using support under your hip if you need it, or under your forehead if you need it there, or maybe in both places. Notice if you're gripping anywhere in the hip area and see if you can let that go a little bit more. Softening and letting the hips and the legs grow heavier, just letting yourself relax into the pose. And with an inhale, begin to walk your hands back. Lean to the left and swing that right leg around, coming back into your eagle pose, stacking your right knee over your left and reaching your arms forward, crossing the left arm over the right. Once again, hands back to back or palm to palm. Exhale, fold forward, elbows to the front of your knee. Keep lengthening through the entire spine all the way to the crown of your head. After several breaths here, you can come up, so take your time, and when you're ready, inhale and lift back up. Uncross and circle the shoulders forward this time. And if you like, you can circle the arms forward, so the reverse of what we did before. Maybe one more time, inhale and exhale. Then take your hands back down to the floor as you uncross your leg and step back into your down dog. Taking it one step at a time. Inhale, the heels lift, wave your body forward, high to low plank. Inhale, exhale, down dog. And take your knees to the ground, taking your knees wider than your hips, maybe as wide as your mat as we come into an extended child's pose. Feet are together and just let your body release. Maybe taking your right ear to the mat, resting that side of your head on the floor. And then switching sides, maybe taking the left ear to the mat for a couple of breaths. Just letting the hips grow heavy, feeling them being supported by the heels if you can reach the heels. And remember, you can always have a blanket behind your knees if you need it. And then once again, walk yourself back up. Bring your knees to hip distance and come up to your table. And then just swing the legs around as you sit up. Bring your feet together, the bottoms of the feet touch. Interlace the fingers, hold on to the outer edges. Let the knees open out as we come into Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. And with a nice long spine, begin to fold forward over your legs. Maybe taking your elbows to your legs, or maybe the elbows can rest in front of the shins. Maybe make their way down to the mat. Just let your body release forward. Slow, steady breathing. Let your legs release close to the ground and take several slow, deep breaths. As you inhale, begin to come back up, bringing your hands to the floor alongside your hips, and inhale, reach up with your left arm and extend towards the right side. Exhale it down, inhale, reach up with the right arm, extending towards your left side. Exhale it down. Take your hands to your knees and lift the knees up, separating your feet out and swinging your legs gently from one side. Taking a couple of breaths and then swinging them over to the other side and taking a breath or two there. And then bring them back to center. Extend your legs forward and lay back on your mat as we come into Shavasana. Let your feet open out wider than your hips, just letting the feet release out to the sides. Turn the palms towards the ceiling and take a few slow breaths here, letting yourself completely surrender, letting go of all the work that you've done and just letting your thoughts slow down and try to not bring your awareness to anything but the breath. Taking a few minutes here, you can stay here 3 to 5 minutes. Thank you for watching today and hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.